Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Monday the 26th of September. I want to use the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot for today's reading. I've only used this deck I think once or twice. I was just digging around in a cupboard and I found this at the very bottom. So I want to use this deck today. And wow, when you open this is what you're kind of confronted with. Super colorful and all these moody, atmospheric kind of Edgar Allan Poe images. Let me show you some of these cards. And what I'm just noticing as well, this guidebook, this weighs a ton. So I didn't remember that this was so comprehensive. And so I think whoever made this deck, they put the images and the atmosphere here as the top priority. And then you get a little bit of meaning for each card. So if you're someone who kind of remembers things through images, I mean, this is certainly memorable. This might be a good deck to start with. Wow, look at that. Isn't that the house? Yeah, House of Usher. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say about Monday the 26th then, and what energy is coming your way. And the point of these readings is to try and understand the energy so that you can use it to your advantage and have an amazing time and avoid some of the potential pitfalls, because sometimes the cards give real warnings about what could go wrong as well as what can go right. So let's have a look. First card is in here. This one. We've got the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so you're willing to learn. You're teachable. Willing to take action and to try things, to take risks. So with this, you can get a lot done on Monday. So immediately, with this being in the suit of Pentacles, it's a good day for work and for changing things around so that they suit your needs more. So you have sort of control to a certain degree. Then we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is about trivial conflict. Here it doesn't look trivial at all. We've got this jester stringing these guys up and they're burning. I think this story, it's the Red Plague, I think. I can't remember what it's called, but some of these stories are just so grim. How did I read all? I think I listened to them on audio. I think I did a Edgar Allan Poe audio, when I was driving. Yeah. Anyway, so the Five of Wands usually is trivial. Here it looks very serious. I'll have a look at that, the conflict. And then finally, we've got the Hanged Man. Also more serious than usual because he's got this scythe kind of swinging over him and coming down. So it's more like a torture device. Okay, excuse me. So let's see what the cards want you to be aware of then. With the Page of Pentacles, this is a court card. And the court cards appear either as personality traits that arise within, or it's people who embody those characteristics. They appear in your life. I think it's very likely that you're willing to experiment in your working life, to try something new, to operate in a way that is unfamiliar, because you're willing to see what other results you can create, or you're starting to experiment a little bit with your work because you're learning about it, and it's a good way to deepen your knowledge and your expertise. So that's what the Page of Pentacles is all about. This is someone who isn't experienced in any way, but he's willing to learn. He wants to do a good job, so he's really earnest and trustworthy. And because he devotes himself so much to the work, he does learn. He graduates to the Knight of Pentacles and then to the King and Queen. So it's someone who is very reliable, even though he may not be someone you go to for mentorship because he simply doesn't have the information. But if you set a task for yourself and you say, this is what I want to get done here on Monday, my to-do list, my errands, something at work, I don't know, I want to clean out the cupboards or donate something to a local charity and, I don't know, give away some of the old clothing or something. The Page of Pentacles will stop at nothing in order to get that job done. Because if you think as well, the page, if he's just started a job, he's like an apprentice, right? He wants to impress the boss. So he's going to work extra hard to make sure he makes a good impression. So that's working in your favor today. Then the Five of Wands. Something that seems, the message I'm getting, because we've got this mischievous or kind of malicious jester. He looks gleeful in what he's doing. If something seems to be a joke, Or if someone jabs you a little bit and they say something and it's like, oh, it's a joke, isn't that funny? But really it isn't funny. It's like an insult and it's cushioned in a joke or disguised as a joke. Then the message I'm getting is that be willing to learn from other people, especially from how they treat you. And if they treat you a certain way, believe that that's what they think of you, and don't be overly generous with saying, oh, maybe they just have bad manners, or they weren't taught how to interact with other people, or maybe they're having a bad day, I'll just ignore this, even though it happens every other day for the last 5 years. The message I'm getting is someone may want to pull the wool over your eyes and trick you and disguise that as something other. So something that actually helps you, or it's just a joke, or it's the way we do things here in this business, and you're just going to have to deal with it. So the Page of Pentacles, that's amazing actually, because he's there to learn a profession, right? A job. But he learns everything. He pays attention to everything. So if someone mistreats you on this day, or someone tries to step all over you because they think their needs are more important or they're superior to you in some way, what you're going to learn today is who isn't your friend, but worse than that, who disguises themselves as a friend in order to manipulate the situation and put you in a bad spot. So it's a great revelation as such, that you learn about the true nature about someone in your life, where it really comes as a bit of a revelation because you thought about them very differently. That's really interesting that the cards are saying that, because in terms of the astrology, we have Mercury, the communication planet, going retrograde. So that's what this time is all about, seeing things differently. So you really have the opportunity to let someone reveal themselves to you by the way they behave. And a very simple thing that I've noticed is if you have a conversation with someone, like a friend or someone you think you know quite well, but if you don't speak, I don't know, maybe if you're eating, or you've had your jaw wired, or whatever reason you're not speaking. When you stop talking and the other person is kind of compelled or prompted to speak more than they would usually, the things that are revealed are sometimes mind-blowing. So I think on this day, it's really a good idea to be an observer and to pay attention to what's going on around you, how the people around you treat each other, how you're treated, and then to really believe that behavior as those people. You know, like Maya Angelou, when someone, and I'm sorry, I'm paraphrasing, I can't quote it exactly. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Now that's interesting, because sometimes a person will be really annoyed, they'll have the worst day of their life, and you go into their office and ask something silly, and they snap at you, and they're really abrupt and rude. Is that who they really are, or are they having a bad day, and is that just bad behavior? And underneath that behavior, they are someone completely different. I mean, we all behave in ways that are counter to our beliefs, and sometimes it's knowingly and sometimes it's unknowingly. But the key here today is not to be so immediately generous and dismissing something that you see that's really revealing, because the message is you're getting a fly on the wall glimpse into how someone really behaves, and you see someone who is doing something that is like this, part of their nature, and it's not pleasant. Finally, the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is someone who's done the wrong thing and he's punished for it. And usually he then becomes enlightened and he's able to reform and to behave differently. In this case, he's being put to death. So there's no chance to reform or to create security in future, because he's not going to come out of this, is he? So with this deck, I suppose, sometimes you make a mistake and there's no coming back from it. Wow. Okay. So they're saying this revelation that is revealed to you today. Oh God, I'm sorry. The revelation that's revealed. the info that you receive. The understanding that you attain. It's really important that you believe it, because by believing it and seeing it today, it will prevent you from making a huge mistake or causing yourself huge problems in future. So that's interesting because earlier I said sometimes the cards give warnings, and today they certainly are giving a warning. Believe what you see. Number-wise, we've got 1 and 5 is 6, and 12 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9, and 9 in numerology is spirituality and completion. So this cycle of not seeing something clearly, of being kind of deluded by someone's behavior or not seeing the truth, that comes to an end today, and the bubble pops and you see very, very clearly. So that's the main thing that you learn on this day. I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. I hope you have a wonderful time. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.